And hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast. I honestly thought that the biggest news would be the NASCAR. It's a bit of schedule change. But oh man, like literally minutes before we went live. 36 minutes before we went live. I scrolled right past window capture, did I? This happened. We with Leaf head coach Dean Everson and assistant coach Steve McCarthy over duties and hybrid veteran manager coach Rick Bonus as the club's head coach. Yes, Ohio is the heart of all. I love the fact that I wish our tourist appointment followed me because I love promoting the state. My favorite thing to do in the state that's not FCC matches is excuse me, is the IndyCar race. So yeah, I don't understand this. Um Caps are trying to troll when they haven't been relevant in years. Like Sebastian's mad. Oh, he mad. But yeah, I thought the biggest news today before we get like into the recaps was gonna be for NASCAR schedule or playoff format change. But no. Um yeah. Excuse me. So I just don't understand this. Funnily enough, I found out before the official Blue Jackets account tweeted it out. Um, I found out from Intro Network. Intro Network Radio to be exact. Do I agree with it? No, I don't. I don't think firing a coach midseason helps anyone. Um, do they keep firing wrong people? Yes. You already know my thoughts. I'm so new to now, but that's soccer. But we'll talk about FCC in a second. But yeah, I just don't understand this move. It is crazy to me that they did this. Um, like, what are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? Um, yeah. I just I just don't understand why this is happening. I mean, Rick is a good coach, but there's a reason he's been let go. And that reason is Connor McDavid. Um, wow, someone really updated his. Yeah, he was fired from the Jets for a reason. So I don't understand why teams just love to go to new coaching rotation. It just doesn't make sense to me. Not 6-7, but yeah, okay. Now, since this is a racing podcast, let's go on to what I initially was gonna, with what I thought our first big news story was going to be today, and then we'll get into the recap portion. So let me fix it just a second because I don't want to blow your eardrums out. So oh, why are you repeating? Yeah, just some really weird stuff going on today. Like, why would you bring back the chase? That's not what. It's certainly not why I wanted. I know a majority of NASCAR fans didn't want it. I know a majority of NASCAR fans, excuse me, wanted to because of full points system like I did. So let's pull up the NASCAR tweets explaining this. So yes, it's so-called Twitter. Don't like that? Deal with it. But I mean, NASCAR's trending right now. Yeah, but we already saw that video, so we won't. See, why can't we just go 40 points for a win and just go down like I mean, excuse me, when you're in, it's gone, which I think is good, but Bring back Chase. No, it's not good. Um, this is just not good enough in my opinion. I don't think it. I think it should just be pure points. That's why IndyCar, F1, IMSA, WEC. That's why they're all pure points. And apparently instead of like 2016, 2015, 2014, you get 2100 points, and then all the weird resets and like to go back to like the Winston Cup point system. If you want to have drivers score that many points, like what, it's 175 for a win. Kind of weird, but so it's just I don't think it's a good idea. They said in the press conference that this was a compromise between NASCAR and the TV networks, with a playoffs were always on NBC's part of the broadcast. So it's one network, and NBC probably wanted this back. Which is weird because last time we had this format, ESPN still had rights, which other than hockey, I'm not gonna watch ESPN that much anymore. Now that Apple TV taking over, excuse me, F1 rights. And I'll do my F1 prediction uh podcast after my mom's birthday. So that'll be March 4th. So top 12 and for NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series makes for Chase, and then I believe top 10 at points for trucks. Unless I keeping, excuse me, a playoff of the trucks. Um, so yeah, I thought I'd be top 10 for trucks. And it's a 7 chase, 7 race chase. So I still don't understand this whole. Bro's gotta be a paid NASCAR account, but I still don't see the entire appeal of the whole chase. I don't think it's good. Like I said earlier, if you're just tuning in, there's a reason. Um, excuse me, that we don't. Excuse me. I don't watch NASCAR as much as I used to. Kyle Larson was so beef at champion, and Colin Zillich would have won the O'Reilly Auto Parts series, but Man, that one has had a lot more sponsorship changes. So, anyways, 15 minutes of stuff I was just about to talk about of the part I wasn't. But yeah, it's a bit of a Google Doc, so cause I already forget my predictions. So we'll start with Oilers Predators. Um, Fun game if you're a Oilers fan. If you're not, it really was not a fun game. In fact, it's probably a game you want to forget if you're a Nashville fan. It's too bad you had to listen to me talk about it. McDavid extends point streak to 16. Drysdale has 3 points for Edmonton. Like how we forgot to put McDavid's at forward. Or, yeah, we put forward and McDavid. Connor McDavid scored a hat trick to extend his point streak 16 games for Edmonton Oilers. A 6-2 victory against the Nashville Predators. Rogers place on Tuesday. Never back to back. We're playing Tuesday, so maybe it's the start of it because I'm eating dinner with my mom at 8. Your scoring summary was Connor McDavid, Curtis Lazar, Casper Kapanen, Brandon O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ow! Nick Blankenberg, and then Leon Draisaitl over McDavid got his hat trick. For his 28th goal of the season. If you're watching this live, we're about to take an ad break, but don't worry. We'll be back soon, and I might actually use that as a bathroom break. So you're gonna see like a video pause on the VOD. That's me pausing recording, we're restarting recording, so there's no dead air time. So yeah, full coverage. I'm gonna read some quotes. It was a good start for us, and we kind of rode all the way through. We were solid all the way through. McDavid said a little bit of laps are early third, but I thought we did a good job regaining it. I thought we played pretty well. I'm not saying we overpowered them. I don't think it was as bad as it looks on the scoreboard. Edmonton coach Christian Oplock said. But tonight was bad from us. They had partially referred, but we had another penalty kill. We found a game again. So notes: Oilers forward Adam Hurek left. Unfortunately, left game at 6:36 the first period after blocking shot. No Strasatis roughing about for a little while. Coach Knobloch said. McDavid's point streak is tied for third longest of his career. McDavid scored his 4th career goal on a penalty shot. Tying Givey Davidoff for second most among players by Brad Bashon, 7. Ryan Nugent Hopkins became 6th player in history with at least 500 assists. So yeah, that was a big story from the Oilers game. Even bigger, I mean, in my opinion, even bigger McDavid's hat trick. Because 500 assists is a very big milestone. Like, that's almost 1,000. Well, it's halfway to 1,000, but you know what I mean. So, oh, that's right. I forgot to turn ad breaks back on. Whoops. So yeah, I'm actually gonna run a manual ad break, and then we'll be right back. So, because I'm going to take a real quick bathroom break. So I gotta turn on mail ads for tomorrow's stream, which will be our last one until Saturday. But until then, BRB. All right, we're back on YouTube. All right, so I forgot to unpause the recording. So you're gonna hear me if you're watching this live or for YouTube, or not for YouTube VOD, the Twitch VOD. You're gonna hear me repeat myself. All right. Excuse me. Next up. Okay, so my score, I was right above Oilers winning, but not right above score. I was right above Jackets losing to the Sharks, but not right above score. Celebrini extends point streak to 11 on how cute. Sharks pull away from Blue Jackets. Like I said, Celebrini scored to make his point streak 11 games at this point. I don't know, I'm adjusting my glasses with my middle finger, but here we are. So yeah, if you're just tuning into my podcast, first of all, welcome Second Fall for Blue Jackets, a fire for coach. So yeah, I don't understand it. NASCAR's going back to a chase. That I also don't understand. And yeah, all right, now you're caught up. Ragonda, I'm gonna do first names because sometimes I can't pronounce these hockey names. Pavel Wenberg, I say that I do Alex's last name. Zach Verinsky, Zach Osep, I don't know. Sean Monahan, Mario Herrero, and Mackenzie Celebrini were the goal scorers, and the Jackets lost 5-2. Knew they were gonna lose, but I didn't think we were gonna lose that badly. So no quotes from the Blue Jacket, so I really not gonna read any of the quotes because I don't care about what Sharks players said. So we're being honest here. So yeah, like I said, if you're just tuning in, excuse me. Blue Jackets have let their coach go, and NASCAR went back to his chase. So instead of doing a full point system like a regular racing league, they decided to go back to a format that was already broken. But yeah, that's enough. We can talk about Oilers versus Jets. In a game that almost ended a disaster for the Oilers. So yeah, for Oilers won 4-3, but they had to do it in a comeback fashion. So excuse me, McDavid runs point streak to 17. Oilers rally to hand Jets 11th loss in a row. Now, at this point, it was 11 loss in a row. The Jets have won recently, but we're up to 11 in a row at this point. Your goal scorers were Kyle Connor, puts goal in. Tanner Pearson. Josh Morrissey made it 3-1 Jets. And then Connor McDavid made it 3-2. Zach Hyman tied it. And then Bouchard on the power play with Bushbaum, that was a game-winning goal. And like I said, the biggest story about National game, in my opinion, it's not McDavid's hat trick. It's Nuge getting 500 assists. I love Nuge. Him. It's hard. If I had to pick a top three favorite Oilers, it'd be Ryan Nuge at Hopkins. It'd be tied between Ryan Nuge at Hopkins, Connor McDavid, and Leon Draisaitl. So this would be if I had to pick like a podium of my favorite Oilers players. But anyways, let's get back on topic. Connor McDavid had a goal and assist, extended his point streak to 17 games. The Edmonton Oilers rally, excuse me, to hand for Winnipeg Jets for 11th straight loss, 4-3 of Canadian Life Center on the first day. McDavid has 21 points of his point. 18 goals, 20. Oh no, that's just his streak. 41 points, 18 goals from a free assist, his streak, which matches his career high. He also had a 17 game streak of a 2020, 21, 22, 22, 23 seasons. He's one of those guys. This is a quote about McDavid. He's one of the guys who pay close attention to when you play him. Winnipeg forward Tanner Pearson said, "There's a few guys like in the league. It's Connor. For one, at the end of the second period, hurts. Aside from about 5 minutes of the end of the first period, I thought we played pretty well." Edmonton coach Chris Doppelak said, "I like the fact that we're it's our 3-1 and we stuck to it. We didn't generate much of a second period, but we still pushed and we finally get second goal at the end of a second period." Evan Bouchard scored a goal-ahead goal midway through for period and had assists. Kaiman and Vasily Pokolzin also scored for the Oilers, who were 22-16 6 at this point. Who lost 2 or 3 Calvin Pickard made 13 saves. Pickard settled 2 goals to both Cameron Roberts said. "Once unfortunate, I think it went off our guy, kind of squeaked through. Those happen. But he stays composed, makes some key saves." Excuse me. 2 for a period. So that was nice to see. That was for Jets' longest losing streak since being Atlanta. Notes: McDavid became 4 active players at 40 points, a point streak. Evidently, excuse me, joining Sidney Crosby 50, 25 games, 2010, 2011. As well as Patrick Kane, 43 in 20 games, 2018-19, 40 in 2016, 2015-16. Bouchard assists on McDavid's goal to reach 40-point mark for 50th consecutive season. Yeah, old man Bouchard. Only investment in all his history as long stretches was Puck Coffee, 6 straight from 1986. Oh, sorry, 1981 to 82 to 1986-87. I can totally read. At this point, the Jets had lost 24 of the past 30 games, 6-19-5, dating back November 4th. Oh, excuse me, the 9-3-0 for first 12. Shelfie reached 30 assists in the season for 11th time of his career. Time Blake Wheeler for most of Jets / Atlanta Thrashers history. Schaefer has a point in 10 straight games, 13 points, 4 goals on assists against the Oilers, dating back to March 3rd, great date, 2023. His second double-digit point streak of his career. He has won French against West French 12 games against the All-Stars from 2015 to 16 to 2017-18. Assists, Kyle Connor. What's his goal is this radio season? He reached a mark for 6 times behind Dustin Byfuglien for third most in franchise history. Wow, that was a lot of notes just for one game. Man. And now we gotta unfortunately move on to more unfortunate Blue Jackets news. They lost to Vegas 5. Whoops, I keep accidentally hitting recap of Game Center. Yeah. Stone scores in 6 straight. Spark scored Knights past Blue Jackets. I love how they keep forgetting to put the name in, and so you just see forward. It's quite comical. Um, hey, we made 30 minutes for podcasts. The goal scorers were Boone Jenner, Kent Johnson, and never blown 2-goal lead for Blue Jackets. Riley Smith, Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, career one checker Britt Howden. Um, so Mark Stone scored his 6th straight game and had 2 assists. Excuse me, for Vegas Golden Knights in a 5-3 win against the Columbus Blue Jackets at T-Mobile Arena last Thursday. And Las Vegas on Thursday. Stone, who was apparently he was no longer being injured because Stone is one who was 1 game shy of tying Vegas franchise goal record goal streak, which is not hard to beat. Max Pacioretty in 7 games. Ooh, 6 goals. And 10 is Pacioretty. I don't care about what Mark Stone said. We grinded and tried to do all things right. Just had enough. Former Blue Jackets coach Steve Everson said, "Jada give the Blue Jackets 1-0 lead at 8:24 first period." Hart was surprised by a sick after getting take hold during the scrum crease, and Jada tipped in a shot by Zach Rosinski. I mean, maybe you should redact it, my girl. I mean, we had a really good start. Even the first goal, obviously, unfortunate of Carter going down. So, well, Mike Stone. I don't care about what Mark Stone has to say. Excuse me. Notes: Jenner's goal was 400th point of his career. 206 games, 206 goals. Excuse me. When I since assists. Well, I can't English today to move past game accident for most points in franchise history. It's funny. He's still behind Zach by quite a bit. I think I'm not sure. I had to look up Zach's points. Vegas and Fitzman calling game was recalled from Anderson of the American Hockey League on Thursday. Have 3 block shots. And the Blue Jackets also called up someone from their HL team, which is from almost covered Lake Erie Monsters or Cleveland Monsters. I mean, come on. If they rebranded to Cleveland Monsters, Lake Erie Monsters made a lot more sense. Lake Monsters, Cleveland's by Lake Erie Monsters. Anyways, and now we go. The Jackets lost 4-0 to the Avalanche as, unfortunately, as this all coming, the goal scorers for the Avalanche were Brent Burns, Olofsson, Brent Burns again. Sorry, it's a lot of event Brent Burns. Sorry, Brent Burns scored the 4th goal, not the 3rd goal. So even former Blue Jackets coach Dean Everson said in the press conference, "I know it sounds crazy, but we saw a lot of good things. We checked really well against our top guys," former Blue Jackets coach Dean Everson said. "Do we make some mistakes? Sure. We did some good things. I know it kind of sounds silly when we lose 4-0, but obviously that's a great team. We've built on some stuff. We need to honestly continue to do that." Like I said, Burns made it 1-0. 1-0, sorry. Notes: Burns, 40 years and 307 days, became the fourth oldest defenseman in National Hockey League history to have a multi-goal game. Tim Horton. BRB. Tim Horton. Let me, alright, it's got 41 years and 277 days. The general chart, 41 years, 221 days, October 25th. Next, Lindstrom, 41 years, 91 days, November 5th, 2011. Burns scored 7th goal of the season. I'm going to put this back in for it real quick. Alright, so yeah, now we can talk about Oilers Kings, which I not think it was going to get a shootout, and I did not think the Oilers were going to lose. But you can't win them all. So excuse me. Kings unfortunately won a shootout. Anyways, McDavid extended the 6-point streak to 18 games, but Kings has always a shootout. His scoring was Leon Draisaitl, Corey Perry, Leon again, Anders Lee, Vin Lafreniere, McDavid to force overtime. Campe was your only shootout goal, so. Don't really care about what Corey Perry has to say anymore. Excuse me. I just want to play good hockey. That's all. I was seeing win games. We've been winning, but we got to find a way to win a couple more. McDavid said. I forgot how it looks to win this game. Dressar was honored prior to the game on our ceremony for he said Jeffers. Well, that's a point December 16th. It's a fun night for him, exciting night, McDavid said. It's a special night for him, separating against one of us points out of his family in town. So notes: the Kings are 5-1-1 in the back half of back-to-back games, with Forsberg playing it off. It was Perry's first time back in Edmonton since joining the Kings free agency on July 1st. Yeah, blah blah blah. With 124 left out of time, McDavid's rush to the net was for no goal. Bull crap. On by SSC collided before spring increase. Puck slid over and goal line. Left post a call. For it was confirmed review, which I don't think it was a goal to interference, but whatever. All right, before we go to the future predictions portion, FC Cincinnati have signed forward Tom Barlow to contract through December 2027 with option for remainder of 27-28 season. Because I still don't understand why it's not April to May and July to May, but sorry. Yeah, I don't understand why it's not like August to May, because I said this with the first announced the schedule change. We need an off season. There's a reason they don't. There's a reason they stop or they don't play it. Like I'll do silly offer reason. Example, if I go to August to May, June and July is our off season. That's what MLS needs to do if they want to do a true European schedule. I never said that. I'm just repeating myself. Excuse me. So yeah, we're gonna move on to a future predictions portion because it's already 6 o'clock, and we're 3 hours or like 2 hours later than we started way later than I wanted to, but crap happened. So starting with Oilers versus the Blackhawks. Of course, Frey had to be in Chicago. Well, I'm not in Chicago anymore. I think the Oilers can beat the Blackhawks tonight. Excuse me, I believe the Blue Jackets play tomorrow. They do. Let me name this document real quick. If they play again tomorrow. Versus Nashville. I think Nashville takes that one. That's because the Oilers seem to do worse on the second game of back-to-back. Alright, so then we have the next Blue Jackets game, which is Tuesday. Jackets and Flames. I think the Jackets can beat Calgary. That would take us to Wednesday, which both teams are off. That would take us to Thursday. The Oilers return home to play the Islanders. I think Oilers can win this one. 2-1. That would take us to the Blue Jackets as well. Alright, so Blue Jackets play at home, so. I think they can beat Vancouver. And then that takes us to Friday, which both teams are off. And then that takes us to Saturday. Another hockey night in Canada for the Oilers, but this time in Vancouver. So I think they beat Vancouver 2-1. And then that takes us to the Blue Jackets. 17th of Saturday, right? And we play Pittsburgh. I think we can beat Pittsburgh. And the Oilers have another back-to-back. It's just unfortunate back-to-backs with we didn't schedule because of the 2026 Winter Olympics, which we'll be covering here on my Twitch. We'll be covering hockey and curling. Excuse me. I think the Blues unfortunately win. Well, that will do it. Excuse me, for today. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching. God bless. I still believe that Jesus is Lord. And I will see you guys tomorrow at our normal time for Farming Sim. Bye, YouTube.